Hello, welcome to That Was Boring. We took a summer break, now we're here at Dork's Day Out, and it's so warm I want to die.
It's so warm. We are at Signature Brew in Black Horse Road. We are. We've got
Our
two
producer,
fans.
Patrick, is right here.
Woo! It's really hot. But it's a wonderful day. We've been here knocking about. It's been great to be back at Signature Brew once again. An amazing lineup. For all your summer needs.
We're going to speak to every single one of them.
Every single one of them. Seven. Yeah. We're going to start with Welly. We've got Delights. We've got Lip Filler. We've got Phoebe Green. We've got
Bleach Lab.
We've got Nell Mescal. And we've got Gretel. All to come. So stay tuned for some really insightful chat about all sorts, about what days out they want to go on. And all of that. So
and all of that. And all that stuff. All that kind of nonsense.
All of that stuff. There's a big screen out there. It's got our faces on.
Can't see that. It's
Can't see
only.
it. It's audio only.
For reasons that will make sense later on, we're going to segue into our first chat with Welly by playing Apple by Charlie
X.
D.
X. It's Dork's Day Out.
I'm so nervous.
And that dulcet tone is of Welly. Welly, how are we doing? You've just come off stage.
Yeah, it was very fun. How are you?
Do you know what? Great, actually. Jake, how are you doing?
I'm drinking alcohol-free beer. It's making me sleepy.
Oh, well, that's good.
Other than that.
I don't know if that's an advert for alcohol or against it. So we'll find out either way.
For people listening, that was Jake pulled a very shocked face.
Yeah.
Shocked, bits of
horrified.
Shocked, smug. No,
I would say
horrified.
bemused. It was bemused.
Yeah, you look like the girl who was screaming in the shower. She's like, ah! That was the face.
Psycho.
Yeah.
Psycho.
That was the face that you pulled.
That's actually how I do the whole podcast. My resting face is that.
I thought you were going to say that's how I shower.
Well, if it's my resting face, I guess it is.
There should be alarming.
I get so much water in my mouth. It's horrible.
Do you put a resting face in the shower? I feel like I'm like grinning.
Do you know what? There probably is a resting
I feel like I'm
face.
like really delighted that I finally managed to shed off another layer
Yeah,
of
you're kind
dirt.
of like, but you're focused on a mission, aren't you, at that point? And your mission is cleanliness.
I think that's how snakes feel when they shed their skin.
I don't, that's a great question. Welly, what do you think about that?
About I don't get the fear of snakes. They look perfectly fine to me.
Yeah, they're all right, aren't they?
Yeah. I should probably introduce the other two people here doing ad-libs. So my name's Welly. This is Joe.
I'm Joe from Welly. Just happy to be here, really. Happy to be here in the song.
Ad-lib. I'm Hannah.
That's the kind of dynamism you can expect on stage.
If you come along to a show very soon.
Hannah.
How are you feeling, Hannah?
I'm Hannah.
How is life at the moment? How are things? How is the summer so far?
Got a big council tax bill.
Oh, how much are we looking? No, you don't have to disclose that, actually. Yeah, no. How much?
We can work out your
It's
band.
only 10 quid, but there's a lot of reoccurring visits.
yeah, it's a horrible time.
But no, it's going well. I mean, I've not been to the Black Horse area before. Would you call this Tottenham?
I say more Walthamstow, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
The wetlands.
But also, it doesn't matter to anyone that doesn't live here. He just happens to live here.
the general London area.
Yeah. The outskirts, if you will.
Only someone who lived one tube stop away would be splitting hairs on Walthamstow.
I think you'll find it's Walthamstow.
Yeah, exactly.
I think you'll find it's Walthamstow, actually.
I'm sure
just an
everyone's
industrial
fighting
estate.
to not be included under the Walthamstow bracket, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's
everyone-
going, no, I'm Seven Sisters, actually. No, no, I'm not Walthamstow.
Scrapping. It's like turf war. It's like, where do we go? What do we claim as our own? Yeah, I guess how is things at the moment? This year feels like a busy one for you guys, and kind of like getting like a lot of songs out there and playing a lot of shows and just getting about, really. How's that been? A lot of like inner city festivals as well. Like, how's that been for you guys? Kind of playing those shows.
It's been a lot of fun. I think it's just like the typical sort of small indie band treadmill where you put out a song every 6 weeks, do the little, like you say, inner city sort of all day of things. It's very fun. I mean, I've seen so much of England in 2-hour stints. Where have we been lately? That was quite nice.
You went to Leeds for half an hour. That was quite nice. That was good. The only bad thing about all of this is My car's going to die very soon.
Oh.
Because we do a lot of driving in my car, and I quite like that.
What's the
You
car?
know how you know how like guitars, like you can get something off Fender of Music Man. Would Honda Jazz give us a guitar? Yeah.
If Honda, if you're listening, I know you are.
You are.
They definitely are. I'd love a guitar. Honestly, I've got a T-shirt. I've got a Honda
can take
T-shirt.
this on a boombox outside the Honda headquarters. Yes, you want.
Arms aloft. Can
I
you
also
please?
enjoy you seem to think that all the Honda cars are their own company.
Oh my God, yeah.
You said Honda Jazz.
The Honda Jazz. If Honda Jazz are listening,
Yeah.
sorry, do you think Honda Jazz and Honda Civic get on? No. How naive thing to think. No, they've got.
I know nothing about the car.
So naive. Oh God.
You know, and yeah, they've all got offices in Silicon Valley, different parts.
Of course, yeah. Actually, all around the Walthamstow, Tottenham area. Actually,
Yeah, they're all built on the old dog track. Yeah.
Yeah, they're all kicking about. Any highlights in particular?
Absolutely none. How about you, Joe?
Dot to dot. I like dot to dot. I'm driving past the nuclear power plant on the outside of Nottingham. That's very fun.
You wouldn't think we make music, would
The
you?
reminder of the nuclear power is a highlight.
Well, I hate this for Joe. I really like Latitude, but Joe wasn't there. So that's a bit sad.
Oh,
Maybe that's why.
oh well. And here we go. Do you want to talk about it?
We had Alison. We had dinner next to Alison Goldfrapp.
Oh,
When we was fresh off stage.
What did Alison Goldfrapp
Excuse
have?
me. She
Who's
is a naughty synth pop temptress.
What's great about this is you're not going to hear any of what he said. So you're just having a conversation with yourself about Alison Goldfrapp.
Yeah, for those not know, I'm actually sat in the toilet with a very long microphone cable.
Just having a little conversation.
Yeah, just talking to myself.
To clarify, Joe had no idea who Goldfrapp was.
No. Still can't. Out in the sticks.
I don't know who that person is.
Oh.
I wasn't at Latitude.
Sounds
I was
like
on
a
holiday.
trial.
Yeah,
I have no recollection of that
I
person.
cannot.
I do not
cannot
know.
knowingly deny the accusation I wasn't at
Officer, I do not know what is happening in this area.
That officer, I was in the toilet.
Exactly. Last time I saw you, maybe at Sound City, you mentioned you were meant to open for Take That at the Co-op Live. Has that
Were you
offer
at
still
Sound
come out?
City?
I certainly was at Sound City. I was about
very
the place.
nice. Oh, yeah,
Wow,
we said
a memorable guy.
well, I'm so
Liverpool.
well, no, that's not what I mean. You didn't have the 1990 Crystal Palace finalist top.
I did
would have
not.
known.
I did not wear that at this occasion.
A lot of
yeah.
people actually sort of remember people by sort of faces and personalities.
Yeah, it was like
For you, it's
clothing
torso
only.
only.
Clothing
Sorry.
only.
I'm getting them by the laceless trainers.
They're kind of
Where are those ones? Sorry, this is not for anyone listening to this.
yeah,
picture on the
exactly.
Instagram.
Jake, can you explain? Yeah.
These are shoes.
Sorry, I completely
Society
detracted.
demands I wear them.
Liverpool Sound City. Oh yeah, I made a very contemporary joke that it was like the week of like Co-op Live not
Yes.
not opening.
Yes,
So I said
yeah,
we were
yeah.
supposed to play Co-op Live.
Yeah.
Very, very funny.
Yeah, it went down a storm.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well,
to
today
bring it
was
up
the
a couple
base
of months
stick. Oh, I said
later.
it was very nice to play the Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory because it's like enormous vats. We were thinking of having Joe crawl out of one like Augustus Gloop. That was a river though, wasn't it?
That was
I also did not appreciate the connotations of me and Augustus Gloop.
Being German, of course. You assume. What was who went into the vat in Willy Wonka?
Was it Gloop?
What was the girl's name? Veronica?
I feel like you would know.
Veruca. Violet Veruca. Violent
Hold on.
Veruca, I think her name was. She was a blueberry.
Hold on, Willy Wonka Vat.
Vat.
Got about 3 minutes left.
This is important. We did need some ASMR of the clacking.
Timothy
Timothy
Chalamet.
Chalamet fell into
No,
a
in
vat.
But he actually swam in an actual vat of chocolate for the film, so committed.
Why?
Was that it?
You know when they say that kind of stuff, it's like you didn't need to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no need.
I'd just like to confirm I was very appreciative of the similarities drawn between me and Timothy Chalamet, as addressed earlier.
Other than Augustus Gloop.
With the idea of Augustus Gloop in mind, we're going to play a game now because we've realised.
Right, I'm going to try to keep them in
This
mind.
has been
We've
too
talked-
dry. We'd like some nonsense. So we're going to ask you, we're going to play a game based on Dork's Day Out. We're going to ask you to pick between two different days out and tell us which one you would rather do and why. So, would
With
you
that in
rather
mind.
go to the biggest Tesco in the UK or the biggest Pets at Home in the UK?
Hannah, you go first. I need to think of something funny.
Easy, pets at home. Because you can. They have actual pets there, don't they?
They
That
do.
is correct.
You can look at all the bunnies. I'd love that.
They've got
Yeah,
X-Pets at Tesco.
actually, yeah, the animals are there. There you go.
Yeah.
You learn something new every
That's
day.
good. Yeah. Look at the hamsters and stuff. I'd like that. Soft.
How long do we have to spend there?
Oh, that's a great question.
Maybe it's like purgatory. So however many sins you've done, longer, I guess.
Right, okay.
Do I have a budget?
I think you just window shopping.
Reasonable budget.
Okay, just
Oh,
window
no,
shopping.
apparently you got a reasonable budget.
Give me.
You've been upgraded.
You guys haven't thought this through.
We've been exposed.
I would see as many pets I could buy. How many pets could I buy in Pets at Home?
That's
Would I buy
not.
the
They
Pets
wouldn't
at
sell
Home?
you any with an attitude like that. My girlfriend
come
tried
in
to buy a
here, like,
goldfish, and they wouldn't sell it to her because she didn't already have the tank set up.
Oh.
She should have admitted it. Really, that's
who's
the problem.
going shopping for an animal like going like price loads are high? So I just want quantity. How much?
I do like rabbits, but
Do
you see
I
how many
want
hamsters
2
you can
dog
get.
or 1 gerbil? 2 dog or 5 gerbil?
I want stock. Yeah, that's
I
what
just want weight. I want animal net. I would probably. Well, I'm thinking more quite pessimistically, right? Retail park. So in the Pets at Home, you're going to get a Matalan, you're going to get a Costa, you're going to get a Halfords.
Okay, smart
So
thinking.
I'm thinking of when this is all over. I'm
Maybe
thinking
it
of what's
never ends.
open when I leave.
You're thinking ahead.
Tesco, there's going to be a DFS, maybe.
Oh,
Perhaps a Curry's.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes
Maybe
there-
a Curry's
sometimes
PC World. We just don't know.
Sometimes there's a TK Maxx.
Sometimes.
Oh, sometimes.
But I think with
Life
Pets
is
at Home, you get a NAFA selection. In our hometown, there's a Matalan, there's a Pets at Home, there's a Halfords.
Oh.
No, Homer's is no, it's not.
Being cute,
You're thinking of where Top Golf is, and that's closed down. Oh my god, have I just broken that to you?
You can't do Top Golf anymore.
Top Golf, you cannot go to Top Golf and Homebase, the mighty duo.
Was that
the shots and the chaser.
I assume that was part of the same chain as Top Boy, the TV show.
yeah.
You know, like the Easy Hotel, Easy Jet.
Yes. Sully was playing pitch and putt. Top Golf.
Kano served you a drink while you
While you
17 over par.
while you kicked it along. I think it's a Pets at Home winner. How about a dinner cooked by the two of us?
This is the last one, by the way.
Or a dinner cooked by the Stranger Things kids.
Definitely you two. Those guys are weird.
Oh, we're not trusting the Stranger Things kids.
Nah.
Is it the actors or the kids?
It's
Is it the people they portray?
Yeah.
Characters or actors? Yeah.
Oh, as in okay.
Because I don't want someone getting a nosebleed in my pasta.
I guess it's technically the Stranger Things kids, so it would be the show itself. So
Right,
it'd be
okay.
11 from Stranger Things, not Millie Bobby Brown.
I mean, I've not seen it. I will be honest.
Mm.
I get it mixed up
You
with
don't need to.
13 Reasons Why. Are they
so-
very different?
Yeah, a little bit different. Yeah, not the
Basically,
Dylan is not
if
doing
you
it.
kind of think about the fact that they're not at all alike in any way, apart from that, they're relatively similar.
You two, I could say something from you two.
Yeah.
You got like Chef Whites. Or even if you wore that stripy top and we had the stripy trousers
Yeah.
and we had some
Bananas
we had
and
some, like,
pajamas, cooked dinner.
Is one
Yeah.
of you cooking, one of you serving, or is like we're both
Ooh.
serving? You know,
I think
what
it's a
mean?
common serving.
Are you,
yeah.
is one of you? How's this working?
Serving. I think it's like a combination of us in the kitchen.
Maybe we do a course each.
Okay, yeah.
I'll
I'm going
make a
hungry then.
starter. Jamie will
You
make
do it.
something that you never ever want to eat in your entire life. And
Yeah,
then I'll make
Such
dessert.
a-
I do like a gravy ramen sort of vibe.
All right.
See?
We've
That's what's
already,
a pot noodle,
we've
isn't
already
it?
explained this once, so
I
maybe we'll
have
explain
seen
later.
Stranger Things, and the only meal I can ever remember being consumed in that was Eggo waffles.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think you guys can deliver slightly more than microwaved
You don't
waffles.
know us.
Your
Is that
ambitions
optimistic?
are
Maybe.
so high. Your ambitions are so high.
Manage expectations.
Yeah. I could do like gravy and pasta.
All right, I'm doing gravy and pasta. What?
Yeah.
Canteen call.
Have a think about it.
I'm
Gravy
doing
and
it.
pasta.
I'm doing it for the company here. Doing it for the company.
Yeah, my dream dinner guests: Stephen Fry, Gandhi, and you boys.
Great.
With the
But
image.
we won't see much of you. It'll be me talking to them
That's
while you
true.
cook.
Yeah, I mean they've got more
Well,
to
it's like
say.
big cook, little cook in the back,
Gandhi
like
will
steam
not
coming
stop
out.
banging on about free India, guys. Can you hurry up with the main?
yeah, and here we come out with
Oh, this is
dessert.
dumb. Also, I always think that whenever someone's like, "Oh, this is my dream meal," I've got Stephen Fry, I've got all these amazing. They're not going to want to talk to you. It's like, what do you do? Well, I just collated this
Well,
group
I
of
guess
people.
I actually brought you back from the
I
dead,
just
Gandhi,
curated
so
this gang. But, okay, it's like you've got
You're like the Simon Cowell of the.
yeah.
Is it
The
One
dinner-
Direction?
So they all
Or was
hate
that Louis
me, and I'm not
yeah,
paying
yeah,
them.
One Direction. Yeah, Simon Cowell. Yeah.
Oh, that's what we got time for.
It's an absolute joy to have been the first guest on this podcast.
Yes, there's a
I
long
mean,
day
it's going to
ahead.
be so underwhelming. I've seen some of the acts, and they've not got chat. We've been in that green room. It's just not been there.
I'm sorry that the vibes are not.
We've been-
Bear in mind, I
we-
think half of them aren't even here yet.
I know, but we can just I rang them. We were doing like a Punch and Judy show behind under the table in the green room. Nothing.
Doing a bunch
Nothing.
of Judy show.
Nothing.
Yeah, they do want to take your wristbands off you on the way out.
I'm never coming back.
Welly, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you
We're
ever
gonna-
so much.
Pleasure.
Goodbye.
This is Dear John. Don't do a clap.
So collect all of us. Just bang them all together.
Made their vows for better or worse. She keeps the house, he keeps the car. He wants a beamer, she prefers hers. He mows the lawn, 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 he mows the lawn. Whoa, teacher, won't you mow my lawn? Whoa, teacher, when are you coming home? Go inside and...
Welcome back.
We're here with Delights.
Hello.
Desperately trying to open a tiny signature brew can.
I'm doing it away from the mic. Podcast etiquette.
Podcast etiquette.
People at home want to feel like they too can drink the delicious
Actually,
can.
if you want to just take a sip of that and let's get like a reaction, like ASMR.
How's that?
It's the sound of a backstage IPA.
Ooh.
That is a delicious Signature Brew Backstage IPA.
It
Available
is.
at all Signature Brew
They're
locations.
not sponsoring this just because we booked a show at their brewery.
5.6, by the way.
Chuck us a tenner Signature Brew, and this is what you could get.
How on earth are we doing, Delights? How are things?
Very well.
Yes.
Very well.
We were saying before, we're a lot cleaner than the last time we met last week. Yeah. So we've had a wash.
Yeah. For context,
No context.
No context.
You can imagine. We're northern. We don't have showers.
Yeah. They're making their way up.
Yeah.
We obviously last week you played the Dorks Night Out stage at Truck, and also you were there. I mean, some of you were there for the
You did
majority
a
of the
full stint,
weekend.
didn't you?
We
Like,
did. Two of us did from Thursday till Sunday,
Strong.
and the others did Friday till Sunday. So a good stint.
Yeah, a great
Yeah.
stint. A great stint. How was your festival?
Oh, it was great.
Really good. Yeah.
We got a little bit silly towards the end of it. We did tent Olympics, which is where you try
explain.
and vault over a tent and then land on like an airbed.
And how did that go?
We broke two tents.
It started from vaulting a 2-man tent to like vaulting a 4-man. And like, yeah, it just got progressively worse.
IOC committee, if you are listening, we've got a new game for the Olympics.
I don't
You
think
can't
there
say-
wasn't a sport that we didn't try and play across the weekend. Yeah, we were the annoying. You wouldn't want to have been pitched next to us.
No.
Presumably as well, were you in the like artist guest
We
press
were.
campaign?
Yeah,
So,
that's good. That's good.
so for anyone who hasn't experienced Truck, there's the normal camping where stuff like that happens,
Yep.
and then there's camping where a load of people who work in a bar are just trying to have a bit of fun when they're off shift, and you are just catapulting yourself over tents.
And we were next. Like the people, they were so nice. By the way, they sorted us out with some free food after we played. But like, unbeknownst to us, because we made like basically just like a little crack then of like a circle thing, so you couldn't see the neighbours.
Yeah.
And then we met the neighbours, and it was like they were all staff, and you're just like.
You're like, oh no.
At like 3 a.m. we're still up, and you're thinking that they were like, yeah, I started work at 6 this morning. You're like, I hope you got some sleep. Like,
I'm deep.
you know.
Yeah, you met them and realised they were staff. I think they probably already had an inkling you weren't.
Yeah, I think they figured it out.
the tent vaulting and
Yeah,
the cricket and the football and everything else.
A real sports day going on
Yeah.
in the campsite there. Then obviously you played as well. How was the set?
Yeah, it was good. It was nice and early. I think we were a bit hungover, to say the least.
I mean, we're trying like some different stuff with the set now. Like we're trying to incorporate a little bit more like click and some like, you know, backing sounds and stuff that we've not tried before, just to like enhance the sound a little bit. Not too much where it's overdone, but like, yeah, it was the first time trying to work with that. We've bought like a nice snazzy piece of kit that makes all the magic happen on that. But like, yeah, it was the first time trying to use it, so that was interesting. You know, it keeps it fresh for us. Like,
This is like Come
Trying to
Dine
do
With
something
Me when they
different.
start and they're like, I've never actually made this one before.
yeah.
yeah,
I think the best time to try out the new kit is going to be hungover at a festival.
Yeah, well, that's what we
after
thought.
3 days. But, but actually, like we were speaking to a couple of bands who'd played like either they'd played like the Sunday morning slot a year or so before, or they'd played like the Saturday morning slot the day before, and they were saying like, yeah, they were saying their turnout was really good. So we were like, oh, fingers crossed.
I
And
think
it was
that-
really good. Like we had, because I don't think there was anything else on at that time.
Yeah,
So
start
if-
the day. Sort
Yeah,
of
and
thing.
everyone's like, it was nuclear, wasn't it? It was so warm, so no
Yeah.
one wants to be in the tent. You may as
Yeah.
well get to site. We had a really good turnout. Like,
And also, we when we chatted to the Amazons, they were saying, as far as they're aware, it's basically the most sort of feral crowd.
Yeah.
in a completely positive
People
way.
want to see
and
music.
genuinely,
Yeah,
like,
they
I mean,
do.
I was saying this,
Yeah.
like, when you go to something at like midday, 1 p.m., one of the smaller stages, and you see people going absolutely ballistic, it is genuinely like, this is nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
it is,
yeah.
Because like you do go to some festivals, and the stuff before like dinner time, everyone is just standing there like,
Yeah, a little bit tired and-
like, oh god, yeah. But like, I guess that's well, like, obviously with you guys and kind of your music as well. It kind of like, like you say, it brings people into that kind of like spirit and party. And obviously, you guys, especially now, I guess looking ahead, obviously with debut album announced.
Yep.
If Heaven Looks a Little Like This.
Yep.
Out 27th of September.
Nice.
Pre-order now. Yeah, I guess how does it feel kind of like, stepping into this next chapter for you guys as well, like with that announced and kind of gearing up for that kind of
It's
moment.
nice. I mean, it's obviously one of them where it's a little bit daunting. We've lived with the album for a little while now.
Yeah, we're sick of this shit.
So we're aware
Can
of
someone
it.
else listen to it, please?
Literally, that's how we feel.
Yeah.
But no, it's good and it's exciting. It's nice.
Baby.
It is our
Yeah,
baby.
yeah.
And also it's a nice sort of change of pace in a way, but still consistent with who we are.
What you've been
And
doing
you
before.
Can sort of, you can hear the growth from the older stuff that we're putting out into the newer stuff.
Yeah. And it's dead easy just to like release single after single, innit? It's just it's easy to just do single.
Well, not for
single.
me.
Yeah, you don't want to hear any. You don't hear any of his singles.
But like, it's nice to have like a proper project and doing like all the stuff even behind the scenes with it. Like when we did our last mini album, like, doing all the things, like looking at the music videos, even doing like the vinyl covers and stuff. It's like just there's so much more attention to detail with it than just putting out, as you would maybe putting out a single or something. And that's been good. Like, and it's been 2 or 3 years in the making, kind of. Obviously, before it was signed and done anything, but in our heads, it was always something that we knew we wanted to do. But from when we started, we knew we wanted to do it. And growth and just want it to reflect kind of a bit of progression and perk people's interest.
And like who you are as a band and kind of that live aspect as well and everything.
I hope it reflects like where we kind of are in our lives as well. Like that you can hear we started maybe when we were like 16, 17. And now we're at an age now where you're writing about different things, like life has different challenges, everything like that, and things move on, like. So it's been so fun, and excited to see where it takes us.
And get it out in the world. Well, we're looking forward to the set later, and looking forward to everything that comes with it, because it is Dork's Day Out, and because journalism reigns supreme,
And because it's the format of the show.
and because it's the format of the show that we do, we're going to play a game now.
Love a
And
game.
that's the real quiz. Jake, would you like to give a little overview?
Yeah, it's Dork's Day Out. So we're going to ask you which of 2 days out you want to do.
There it is.
I realised the first person we spoke to was Gretel, who's going to be last on the podcast, and that's when I did the full explanation of the game.
Yep.
Now I'm bored of it. Stay tuned for a full explanation later.
Yeah.
And we need you a couple of days out, and you just want you to pick which one you'd rather do and why.
Yeah.
So, would you rather go to a wedding in complete silence or a funeral soundtracked by hyperpop?
Does the wedding has like a free bar?
Oh,
Yeah, but so does the funeral.
I mean, the funeral.
Ooh.
There's
And there's hyperpop.
there's cash behind the bar. That's what we're saying. We're not saying it's free bar all the way through. There's cash behind it. So if you're there early, enjoy. If you're late,
Do you know,
sorry.
I think I'll go to the funeral.
Unfortunately, the funeral sounds more fun.
It does. We'll go to the funeral.
I'm kind of thinking like the funeral soundtrack all the way through. Like in certain moments, I think it'd be good, but I'm not sure if
What moments?
I don't know. Like if you're in the pub
hyperpop
afterwards.
moment.
That's not
A
the
funeral
funeral, that's the
soundtrack
wake.
by like Mark Rebier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mark Rebier, yeah.
Depends who's died, doesn't it?
Tops off.
That's more interesting to me than a silent wedding.
Yeah. I mean, that's
I
true.
think it depends. Like, if it was like
It
one
does
of your
depend.
mates
Yeah.
that I didn't know, and you were like, "Please, can you come with me?" Fine. If it's my dad, okay.
The wedding is safer.
Yeah, the wedding is much safer.
You
True.
don't want, like Charlie XCX blaring. Just.
Me delivering a eulogy, like, "I'm sorry. The alternative was much less fun."
Sorry, everyone. Please stand for the hymn, which is Club Classics by Charlie. Stand, everybody. Stand
And
for
I
that.
think if Dad was here today, he would have loved to hear those club classics. Club classics.
He was a true brat.
He was a true brat. A strong shout there for the funeral with Hyperpop. How about your favourite city in the world, but a hurricane is there, or the worst place you've ever been to in the world, but you have £1 million?
And you have to spend it in the terrible place.
You
just
can't take it
fuck
with
off
you.
immediately.
Yeah, I would go to the worst place in the world.
I would go to the worst
Do you
place
have
in the
a
world.
worst
Yeah,
place
what
in the
would the
world?
worst place in the world be?
Do I have to have been, or is it? I've not been.
If you've not been,
Try not to offend.
Yeah, this is what I mean. It's quite hard to like say somewhere without just offending loads of people.
What's alarmed you?
I went to a place in Cambodia that wasn't very good, and I had like a bad night's sleep. I had like no aircon, and I was sleeping. I was like, if I had £1 million, I could buy an aircon unit.
Yeah, you could buy a lot of
what a
stuff
great
for £1
aircon
million
unit as well.
Yeah.
We could use it in here right now.
Yeah, it's very hot in here.
So yeah, that would be
Yeah,
£1 million in that.
Yeah, I'd take
Because
£1
also
million
you
quid.
could improve the gaff, so it's better than when you went.
You could
That's
just get a
true.
nice hotel and just
You
could
make
buy
it
a nice
better.
you could
hotel,
buy
probably.
a hotel and just
Yeah,
we'll do the £1 million quid. £1 million quid.
absolutely.
Yeah.
You go with that. We'll go with that. Jake,
We're out of time.
we're out of time.
We're out of
7
time.
people to interview, and Jamie has no concept of time. So that's not easy here.
So with the knowledge of you spending £1 million on air conditioning units,
I'm going to a Mark Rebier funeral.
yeah, which is clearly the
I really-
delights.
We've
fun
really
time.
delved into the psyche here. Thank you, guys.
What we're gonna do is obviously album out 27th of September. We're gonna play I Think You Should Know
Perfect.
because that's the new
Beautiful.
song. So we're gonna listen right now. Cheers, delights.
Thank you.
Thank you.
'Cause I keep on making the very same mistakes. And I think you should know by now, before it gets too late. And I think you should know by now. Yeah, I think you should know by now. Can you keep us?
We're back.
We are.
We're back.
Phoebe Green this time.
The one and only Phoebe.
How are you?
How are we doing?
I'm
This
good,
is the
thank
first
you.
one we're doing with a band on.
Oh,
so,
love.
ambiance.
Yeah. There is music here, and it is happening.
It
and
sounds
people,
great.
And people are playing, so that's a really good sign. Phoebe, long-time friend of the magazine. This might be,
Cool.
I can't count how many times you've been on the podcast, but it's been a fair amount.
Yeah.
Just a look, yeah.
I love
yeah.
it here.
It has. Yeah. It's great to be back.
It's audio only, so no one can see the pain in your eyes. as you say
Thank
that.
God for that.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's really good. How are we doing? How
I'm
is
really
things?
good, thank
How is
you.
life at the moment?
Things
And
are
I-
going great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel very busy and
Yeah.
very happy and good.
Yeah.
So,
It's like,
Yeah.
this is good. Busy, good.
Yeah,
Everything
always.
like that. I guess, yeah, since the last time we chatted, I guess like almost like, like a brand new, chapter and era for you very much. Like,
Yeah,
how does it
sure.
feel kind of, I guess like stepping into that really, like this kind of like new, next thing for you really?
it feels very good. I think it's like the most myself I've ever felt.
Yeah.
And I think I have a lot more freedom now. I've like gone independent. I'm doing
Yeah.
everything myself, and like it's so daunting, but it's like the best thing for me right now. It just feels like
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, does it feel like it's just kind of like, okay, actually, no, I have to make all of these decisions.
Yeah.
Like, if I
Yeah.
don't do this, it's not going to happen.
Yeah. Oh my God, for sure. I think I thought I would feel more in control, but if anything,
Yeah.
I'm like, the amount of decisions I have to make, like, this is terrifying, but it's more rewarded. Like, it's so good.
Yeah, and I guess like you say, with everything that you decide to do, it's like you're kind of even more invested in
Yeah.
those kind of like things. You're like, I'm actively trying to do this, actively trying to do that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
it
it
very
must
much.
be, as you say, more rewarding seeing it all
Yeah.
come together when you're like, yeah, no, I do actually know exactly what went into that because I did all of it.
Yeah, exactly. For sure. I'm like working with so many of my close friends, like even with like creative direction and everything like that. Like
Yeah.
it's amazing.
I
love it.
Nice, because I guess like after obviously like obviously debut album coming out and kind of like everything that kind of like with that and obviously touring and everything that comes with it, like did you kind of have an idea of like, okay, where I want to go next, or
I
was it
think
very much
so.
were you kind of like, right, okay, I know the next steps I want to make?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I always wanted to at some point like be able to do everything myself, because when I first ever started, like I self-released an album
Yeah.
when I was like I wrote it when I was like 16, released it when I was like 17, 18. And the feeling of like watching that do well, I've always been chasing. Like,
yeah.
So I think, I kind of did have it in the back of my mind for a long time.
Yeah, I guess it's like this like gratification where it's just like I've done all of
Yeah.
I've done every single bit of this, and it's like,
Well, I guess
okay,
you
it's
just
gone
take
well.
ownership of the success in a way, can't you? Like,
Yeah.
like I.
This is me.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like, whereas I feel like the more people involved, the more you are like, oh, maybe it was more of this or more of
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Whereas like as you say, like you when you self-released a debut age like 18, there's no feeling of like, wonder what that could have been. You're just there like, oh, I smashed it.
Exactly. Yeah.
I smashed this. Yeah. Yeah. I'm about to say, what do you think like the main difference has been really since like that move? Like, kind of like when like you say more, kind of like, okay, it's me making all these calls and that sort of thing. Like,
I feel like there's been a lot. Like, it'd be very hard to just choose one.
Yeah.
But I think like it's really forced me to find like a good life balance, because I think it was so easy to get carried away when all of the responsibility wasn't mine.
yes.
And I think I was going out a lot more. I was like, I viewed my career as like such a, I don't know, it was like the biggest thing in my life, but I was like, oh, this is such a social, amazing, fun thing. I mean, we say that right here, right now, where I'm like, oh my God, all my friends are here.
But at the end of it, you are, you know, there is a gig on. There is work happening.
Exactly,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can take
No, for
myself anyway.
Yeah.
But
Big
yeah,
work.
I
It's
think,
work.
No, definitely. I think now they're like, yeah, I'm definitely, I wake up every day and I'm like, I have a job. This is my job. I will not be able to live if I don't do my job. Like, yeah, it just feels like the stakes are higher, but and there's no one to like blame anything on. So it's
I
just
guess
myself.
The flip side. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, oh, this
me.
didn't work. It's like, I guess that was me.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right.
literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously putting Ask Me Now out there and kind of like seeing the reaction. How has that been? Because like, was it like, I don't want to say like daunting at first, but like kind of like you say, like kind of being like, right, here I am. This is kind of like me now, like coming to the next thing, kind of seeing old fans react and like new fans as well. Like, how's that been kind of seeing that reaction?
I was so scared. Like, daunting is completely the right word. Like, I was like, oh my God, no one's going to be left. Like, no one's going to listen. No one's going to care.
There's going to be no one there.
Like, I think because it was quite a long time between releases, I just like didn't know if everyone had like found something new. And I think the response to it, especially from fans, was like the most amazing thing ever. Like, it was so nice to feel. I think I feel more connected to my fan base than ever because there's like no middleman. So
it's just direct. Yeah. So you'll get the feedback either way, either good and bad. You're like, okay, yep, cool.
Really pushing this, aren't you, Jamie?
Yeah. So like all the responsibility now. Yeah.
Everything is your fault.
You have fun up there.
Yeah. We're looking forward to the set later on. It's gonna be great. But yeah, really looking forward to it. And like you say, for like new music to come as well. Like you kind of got an idea of where that goes as well. Like this kind of EP is like, you say that first step really. So like been working a lot with like different people. Is that the kind of what you've been doing?
I've done so many sessions. I think like I've done a lot of sessions with new people, and I've been doing a lot more on my own, like developing my production skills and stuff, which has been so fun. But my next single is called Love Song, and that's out in like less than a week. And I wrote that with Dave McCracken, who I did a lot of Lucky Me with.
Yes.
And we've been sitting on that song for like 2 years, just waiting for the right time because it's my favorite I've ever done. So yeah, I'm excited about that.
It's all very exciting times.
Big one.
It's all very exciting times. Well, we're looking forward to that. Again, looking forward to the set shortly. But because we're at Dork's Day Out, it's time we find like the answer to some really big questions.
Can't wait.
Jake, do you want to give the overview of the game?
Yeah. So, Dork's Day Out, we're going to give you a couple of alternative day outs, and we just want to know which one you would rather do and why. Sort of like a psychological exercise for you.
My favourite.
Psychological, yeah. We're going to get really deep.
Jamie's going to diagnose your personality type at the
Thank
end
God
of
for that. Someone needs to.
Would you rather go on a life drawing retreat or go to the World Bowling Championships?
When you say live drawing,
Yes.
I'm not the one being drawn.
No, you're the drawer.
You're a drawer.
I'll do that. That's fine. That'd be great.
You're like, if it's drawing me, absolutely not. I'm out of it. No.
Exactly.
Like, feel like your artistic painting skills are going to be on point.
Yeah, I'll do that.
You're
Definitely.
a bowling fan then, no?
I don't like doing things I know I'm not good at. So
Do you know what? I've got to respect it. I like that, actually. Yeah. Do you know what? I'm not going to do that. Like, I'm actually just not going to go and even try.
I think everyone does, you know, when you become an adult, you're like, well, I know what I'm good at now.
Yeah.
When you're a kid, you're like, hey, maybe I'll be good at this. As an adult, I'm like, don't want to find out.
Yeah. Do you know what? I'll be bad at that.
I've got enough stuff on.
Yeah.
What if I am really good at bowling? Then I've got to do that as well.
I've got to find time
just
for it.
another thing.
Don't want more on the schedule. A good shout. How about a dinner cooked by me and Jake, or a dinner cooked by the Stranger Things kids?
Oh. I mean, how different will they be?
I think
Well,
the one
I
cooked
don't know
by
your
me and
skills.
Jamie would be interesting because everything Jamie's ever eaten makes me physically upset.
It's true. It's true. He has.
So I think a dinner cooked by me and Jamie would be 20 minutes of an argument between me and Jamie, and a dinner cooked by whoever remains.
I mean, that'd be interesting. I'd like to see that play out. I
But you
think.
might end up eating one of Jamie's meals, which will kill you.
I'm curious.
No, well, I'm still here.
I am curious.
You know,
You
I'm still
are.
here. I'm still about. That's a positive
What
sign.
was there? Noodles and gravy and chopped up sausages was a classic. Wasn't
Yeah,
it?
that's a good one. Yeah, I treat the gravy like a ramen
Oh
sort of style.
my
Yeah, and
God.
that's one of the tamer ones. We played a game of
There's-
guess what Jamie's dinner is, and nobody managed to guess all the ingredients.
That's bizarre. How did you come up with that one?
I kind of have a freestyle approach to
He also
cooking.
just
Right.
the sausages are the tinned hot dogs that you get.
I kind of just like go, yep, that'll do. Throw it in one pot.
Okay,
Great.
my decision's changed. I'm
Okay,
going for
right, yeah,
the
okay,
children.
yeah, yes.
The children can cook.
Please.
There is nothing that Jake can do to save it.
No.
It's too far
I'd be,
gone.
I
like,
believe
I'd be
it.
like Ramsey on Kitchen Nightmares. I'd be like, close the kitchen. I'm afraid I can't save this. Get out. There's so many food code violations.
Do we have time for one more?
We have
Jake?
time for one more. Would you rather do a pottery painting workshop with Bjork or a comedy class with Louis Theroux?
Oh God.
That's hard. That is hard.
I think I'm gonna go with Bjork.
Yeah.
I have so much curiosity
Mm.
that I would. Yeah, I feel
What if
like
she's
I
like,
would have
sorry, pots only today.
to. God.
I'm off. She turns up, hair's in a messy bun, you know, no makeup on.
Sweatpants.
She's like, let's make some
Sweatpants.
fucking pots.
Bjork sweatpants.
Yeah.
I love it. I would.
How
yeah.
did you get the sound on? Sorry, pots.
Yeah.
Shut up.
I'm actually in the middle of applying a glaze.
I'd love to
How
see
do you
it.
know that?
Yeah.
Like, what?
You've done this
I've got
before.
so many
Yeah, me
questions.
and Bjork every Sunday.
Yeah, of course. I wonder where you go to.
Yeah.
Because I keep track on your location, clearly.
Jake, why are you in Iceland again?
Yeah.
there's no reason.
For one day and one day only. So you're going with a pottery painting workshop
Yes.
with Bjork.
I think so.
I think that's a strong choice.
Yeah.
With that in mind and that wonderful retreat, that won't be happening today, but
That's
you'll
a
be
shame.
playing. And we look forward
I
to
will.
that set.
Thank you. I'm
gonna be-
excited.
I'm excited. Wonderful. Phoebe, it's been a pleasure, as
Thank
always.
you for having me.
We're going to play Relevant,
Oh,
I
love.
think. Love. Sick.
I love that song.
Thank you very much.
If it's not something you wanna look at, when I don't have the sleeves of your Instagram feed or the obedience of your doormat, would you think me for some flash to be relevant? Is it in my best interest to be relevant? I could do it for the
We are back.
Yes.
I have no idea. We're doing these so out of order. I don't know how far into the podcast we are, but we are here.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
And we are here with Lip Filler. Lip
Here
Filler.
we are. You
How-
can't see us. We can see you.
Oh, that's... we can see you. We can see you.
For legal reasons, I'd like to say that we
oh,
can't.
no, we can't see you.
We
no,
can't.
we can't.
For legal reasons. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, we can't look through.
Things. No, we can't. Anyway, yeah, we're here.
Yes.
Fucking, we can't swear. Can we?
Oh, you can certainly
Oh,
swear.
okay,
Yeah,
cool,
yeah.
right.
Just
So-
don't
That was
illegally
so
spy on our
unnecessary,
listeners.
Such an unnecessary swear as well. Just like, yeah, we're here. Fucking,
Fucking right. How about it? How about it?
Yeah.
How are we doing, guys?
Doing
Very well.
Very well.
Very well.
Always do. We always are doing so well, aren't we?
Yeah, we're on the wrong side of the river though.
Yeah.
I'm always.
Was that a lot? Was that a lot of a travel for you at the
It
moment?
was, yeah, it's
Wasn't that
absolute-
bad, my front? Not gonna lie.
Yours?
Yeah. I
Where are
decided
we
for the
talking?
most
What's the logistical journey
Mm.
here?
Describe your journey today.
I got 3 trains.
Did you?
Ooh.
That's
magic
Tiffany.
number.
Started off on the National Rail.
Oh, I did the same thing. Did you go Victoria?
London Bridge, didn't
Oh, nice one. I went.
I? Yeah.
Yeah.
From there.
Well, from Victoria, straight up on the Victoria line. You should have done that, mate.
Well, I went. Yeah, that's
yeah,
what I did.
you
Yeah,
know, that's
see,
what his one was
classic.
better than
I'd
yours.
absolutely love to, Joe. There are no connections for me,
Oh,
unfortunately. Yeah.
He lives in Catford. I think.
Don't.
Oh, is it?
Oh yeah, don't reveal. Don't reveal your location, please. to
Single man,
everyone.
reveal yourself.
So, travel aside,
Yes.
doing wonderful.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
fantastically, wonderfully.
Yeah.
Yeah. always. We were out last? Oh, I was out last night.
Oh, where did you go?
Where didn't I go?
Off.
Home most of it. Yeah, the living room.
Logistically, was
I,
at home
I
almost.
actually went in last night.
I stayed
in last night. Yeah, George
into the mind,
into the soul. It was good laugh. And now here, I think we're just riding it out on beers. To be fair, we're in a brewery, so kind of makes sense to drink, I suppose.
That's what they'd like, I think.
That's what they would like.
When in Rome.
Who? They,
The brewery.
Christians.
They. Yeah.
Christians.
Big beer.
Yeah.
They. Who's they?
Yeah.
What do they want?
That's what the Scientologists want from us.
How has the summer been so far? How have shows been? How's it been? I guess, putting out music, obviously not too long ago, getting that out there in the world as well.
Yeah.
How's the summer been for you?
It's been good, hasn't it? It's been all right. We did a little headline tour.
Yeah.
June kind of time. That was wicked. We haven't really done many shows this year, so it's kind of nice to be back on stage. I mean, we just get such a kick out of it. We're so close as it is, like.
Yeah.
And when you're on stage with your mates, it's there's nothing like it, is there, mate? Nothing like it.
I tell you what,
Nothing
ain't
quite
a
like
thing
it.
like it.
Nothing in the whole wide world.
It's like, and we got to go, like, we're all from the southwest originally, so playing in Bristol was just fucking lovely as well.
Yeah.
Louisiana, classic venue.
Great venue, shout out.
Me and Verity, the other guitarist, played there when we were like 15, 16 in our old band, so it was proper nice to go back there, reminisce a little. I was so nervous though, because it was kind of like in front of our friends and family.
Oh,
so
like the
it was
return. It's like, have you made a success of yourself?
You absolutely cannot imagine that audience naked.
No, you can't.
There is no.
No.
Yeah, the normal
There's
tricks,
no
they don't work.
It won't make it better.
No. I actually, that bit in the Bourne films where where the girlfriend of Jason Bourne robs a bank or some shit, and then she leaves the building and she just throws up. I came off stage and I just threw up. I was just
shit, yeah.
I was just it was a bit weird to be fair. I think it was just the adrenaline.
It was just a bit.
It's a bit weird.
It was a bit weird.
Oh,
It's like a cat.
But if
If you robbed a bank, it'd probably be more.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if you think about it like
Especially
that.
if all your friends and family were there.
Yeah.
When you're robbing the bank.
I don't reckon they would help very much, to be honest with you.
Another race for them.
Yeah.
Ain't that the
They'll be
truth?
waiting
Hey,
outside for me.
We just host a podcast. We don't just watch our family after.
Yeah, what can we say?
Yeah.
What's it been like? Seeing the reaction from people over the past year, and have you felt that grow as you've kind of been playing shows and stuff? What's that kind of been like?
It's been like a little, a nice little bump.
Yeah,
on the graph.
yeah,
Nice little bump.
nice little bump.
I feel like I like doing our thing at the pace we're doing it at.
Yeah,
And I think the most important thing for us is just writing music that we're genuinely really happy with.
yeah,
And at this point in time, that is all we're doing, and we're just writing and writing. And I feel like for a portion of the beginning of this year, we were focusing on all the fucking unnecessary parts of being in a band, and it was really weighing us down. And I think that the environment that bands have to be
You've
a
got
band
so much
in.
shit to do.
So much shit
Yeah,
to do.
yeah.
Unnecessary.
Yeah. The
I
actual
think-
playing and being in a band.
Yeah,
That you're like,
yeah.
that's what we want. Yeah,
Exactly. And the music, and you kind of forget, we forgot that the music was why we're here.
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
I know it sounds cliche, but it is. And we love writing together, and we have a good work relationship, and we're just suddenly we're just arguing about fucking capital letters on a fucking Instagram post, and it's just so unnecessary. But yeah, I think we're in a good place.
now
We
you're
should I tell you what, mate. You put in lowercase. It's just
Yeah,
I was going to say,
Bang out of order. Bang
you
out of
brought
order.
that up, and I saw him wince a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah, yeah.
He's
You're
there
like,
like,
don't bring it,
no.
don't
It's a
bring it
touchy
back.
subject.
It's a touchy subject.
let's move on.
We don't want to bring it up.
Next question.
What we're going to do now is we're going to play a little bit of a game.
Love
looking
games.
ahead to it all. Because we're at Dork's Day Out,
Yes.
we think it's important to find out what kind of days out does Lipfiller enjoy. We're going to give you two choices, and we
Yeah.
want to know which one you're going to go for, basically.
Okay.
Does it have to be unanimous, or can we? Can we
I
disagree?
mean, judging by the whole capital letter thing, I don't think it will be unanimous.
No.
Yeah. Just give us your thinking.
Yeah.
Give us your thinking at the very least, and we'll make a collective decision
Okay, all
on
right.
which one it goes to. So, Jake, do you want to hit us up with the first one?
Yeah, would you rather go to a completely silent wedding or
Yeah.
a funeral soundtracked by hyperpop?
Gotta be the funeral.
Yeah, surely, yeah.
That's easy.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun. Yeah, that's unanimous enough, isn't
I mean,
it?
there's going to be
Does it
grieving
then
people
turn into
there,
a
you know?
wake? If it's
I don't think the wake's included.
This is what we were working out.
It's
earlier.
just a funeral.
Yeah.
So it's in a church,
And also, I think part of this is that the grieving relatives think it was your choice.
and
to,
you've got
to
the
play
vicar at
hyperpop,
the top
you
going,
know?
"I'll be the people."
That one,
Yeah.
can't see what
Yeah.
you just did a dance.
It's doing the
the
dance.
whole dance. Actually, it was
Yeah.
quite incredible. Actually, to witness.
That's all I know.
In a really
Stripped to
short
the
amount of
waist,
time.
yeah, covered in glow paint. It was
Yeah.
incredible.
It's got to be. I mean, most people say I love a wedding, don't they? But I love a funeral.
But in
mate.
silence, the
I
wedding
really
in
been to
silence.
Many weddings, you know?
I went to a wedding earlier this year. It was what you expect.
People got married.
Actually, you know what? Actually,
6 out of 10.
They got married. They did get married. Yeah.
They did get married. That's
It
good.
depends who's died at the funeral. Because
Oh,
if they really like,
Here we go.
if they're really into their hyperpop, then
That's true.
everyone would be like elated.
Yeah.
I feel like
But
and
this is
also,
exactly what they would
I
have
feel
wanted.
like it sounds like the funeral would be one of those ones where it's like they would have wanted everyone to go on to have a party. Do you know what I mean? Like if they're there being like, yeah,
I'm the opposite. I want everyone to be absolutely gutted when I go.
For God's sake.
People are like, I wanted to celebrate my life. I'm like, no,
yeah,
be
no,
sad.
no, cry for
One,
me.
fucking- one afternoon of sad. That's all I'm asking for.
Cry for me.
Just for like an hour.
Give me them tears.
Come on.
Yeah.
Salty streams.
Salty streams. So funeral it is.
Yeah, funeral.
with
Yeah, we're
hyperpop.
going funeral. Yeah.
Okay, great. How about a Taylor Swift concert where she only covers Bob Dylan songs, or a Charlie XCX concert where she duets with your parents?
Charlie XCX.
Charlie
yeah, thanks,
XCX.
With the parents.
Yeah.
Do you think parents would enjoy? How do you think that duet would go?
How much of Vroom Vroom do your parents know?
My mum thought Charlie XCX was Taylor Swift
Okay.
for a bit.
Okay.
Well, we were in the
Interesting.
car and she said, "Is this Taylor Swift?" I said, "No." No.
But right there.
Close.
Yeah.
Close. Yeah. We'll give you that. We'll give
They
you that.
are both
Hey, but have
women who
have
make
you-
music.
Yeah.
And in that sense, yeah, that was quite an easy one. I reckon.
yeah.
Charlie duet with parents.
Yeah.
Yes, fair enough. Got time for one more?
Yeah.
You're gonna
one
have
more.
to cut this down.
No. If you can answer this one in 18 seconds.
Oh,
Yeah.
go on.
Would you rather go on a day out to a castle full of clowns or a National Trust property full of mimes?
National Trust
full of
with mimes.
That is straight
How
in.
come?
Yeah.
Like just bam.
Which one? Dartmoor, Lake
I think it's just one of those sort of standard ones where you go and it's like some rich bloke owned this in the 1700s. There's beer
fuck
outside
yeah,
and it's full of mimes.
And there's mimes there too, is there?
Yeah, full of them.
Sign me
Lousy
up.
with
I'm
them.
down.
Or
Yeah,
like actually shoulder to shoulder.
No, they've got enough space to be miming.
Oh,
you know,
oh,
they've got
right.
their
It's not
own
like
invisible box.
just
That-
Are they good at it as well?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean there's got to be
fucking-
professional
I'm there.
level to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Join in.
No, you don't want to be in the castle having balloon animals made for you by the custard pie guys.
Where's the castle?
Oh.
Where do you want it to be?
Norwich.
France.
It's between Norwich and France.
Okay. So we're talking like.
So
The
it's-
sea.
In between. That one. No, it's that one. It's got to be that one. Floating castle.
Yeah, full of
The
clowns.
English Channel.
That's where they put all the clowns.
yeah.
Because we do know where are they when they're not at kids' birthdays?
Where are they?
On the
Where
castle.
are they? Full stop. Really.
Exactly.
I haven't seen one since the Victorian times.
That's a matter for the new border security command, isn't
Yeah.
it? I suppose.
There we go. Gotta
Stop
get.
the clowns.
Gotta go.
Stop the clowns.
With that message into the world.
Yeah.
Litfiller, it's been a pleasure. We look
It's
forward to the
Thank you
set
very much.
pleasure.
later
Yeah.
on. We will see you at the mime school.
No, the clown castle.
Yeah.
Clown Castle.
Anyway, this is It's
The
Not
National
Deep
Trust
by
part.
Lip Filler.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Yeah.
guys.
Say that again. Sorry, we interrupted. This is It's Not Deep.
It's all a cappella.
I guess I did the whole situation. You wouldn't wanna know cause you're right up. See God, they got you right in your fingers. Flared up, tunnel vision is a bypass. Chrome visor, to the fishes. Knee deep in your own shit. Heavy calms of a heartache. Run, running back to you.
here at an indeterminate point in the podcast with Bleach Lab.
Hey.
Welcome. How are you guys?
Pretty good, pretty hot.
Pretty hot. Sums it up.
I don't think we mentioned that in all of them. So that's,
Yeah.
The first one we did, we were like, we can't open with saying it's hot every time, just for the sake. Not you, us.
Yeah.
You only have the
But
one
it
slot.
is.
You can talk about it being hot as much
But
as
it
you
is.
want.
But it is very, very
But
warm.
it is.
We're trying to make sure the aircon works in all other places of the building apart from this one.
Apart from the one room that we're allowed to do interviews in.
Yeah. It's really great. It's really strong. It's a really nice time.
How are you guys apart from the heat? How has your year been? How have you been?
It's been pretty cool. We've had a few shows. This is actually our first show in London of the year, which is ridiculous. And
You're telling us now. We can't put that on the posters.
I just figured that
exclusive
out.
show.
Yeah, it really is. But no, it's great to be like back in a home show.
We started the year with like South by Southwest, which was pretty mental. That was our first time in America, so that was sick.
That's a pretty glamorous one to kick off with. Like,
Yeah, that was the first of the year, wasn't it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. We did a rearranged Liverpool one. We did that.
I had to cancel one of our tour shows last year because I was ill.
So we have to go back there. So Liverpool, via, and then into Austin, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
And since then, it's just been we did a few festivals over the summer, start of summer and end of summer. It seemed to be. But yeah, mainly just sort of writing new music. That's kind of what we're focusing on at the moment. Like, album was September now, so it's we need to really sort of.
I was about to say, how far away does that feel? Or does it feel like really close? Actually, like, does it feel like a lot of time has passed since that's come out? Or?
I don't know. It's a really strange sort of feeling. I guess it's like, it feels like loads of time and no time at all. I think the fact that it has been nearly a year is quite a bizarre concept because it doesn't feel really like that. But yeah.
It's been like you've been like, okay, album's out. Okay, cool. I guess we're on to the next album.
Yeah,
now.
literally. Yeah.
When you're like enjoying it being out, the time flies. But then suddenly, when someone reminds you, you have to keep doing more. There's another one to come. Then it's
you can't ride this tide forever. You know.
You're like, guys, can't you just enjoy this for a bit? Like, don't leave this pressure on us right now. Like, please.
Yeah, we nailed it on album one, so I think we're good now.
Yeah. We'll keep going.
That's it.
Basically, I'd say, I think a year's at a reasonable time. And so with September to September, I think by September that's when we can no longer use the excuse of album one was good enough. So
that's when the pressure kicks in. You're like, oh god, we've got to do it.
Well, happy to be here at the tail end of the sort of salad days that you're experiencing from that album.
For sure.
Nice. And how's it been? I guess just touring the album as well, and like going out to places like you say, like Austin, and like playing these sort of shows and stuff. Like seeing how I guess the album lives in that live setting. Like, how's that been for you?
Yeah, it's been really amazing. Like, we write about quite deep stuff sometimes, and some of our songs touch on some like more sensitive topics. And I think going across the country and then to Europe and to the US and stuff, and sort of realizing that it's had an impact on people like across the world, essentially, really, not all corners of the world necessarily, but like where we've been. And yeah, just had we always have lovely conversations with fans and stuff that have different like sort of experiences and relationships with our music, which I guess I
think with an album there's obviously there's 10 songs on there, and it's just amazing for me to hear. Even now we're still sort of pushing some of the less known songs from the album, like the singles, but people are still responding and saying like, oh my god, this song was the soundtrack to my last 4 months or whatever they're saying. It's amazing, that it's not just a single, it's like a huge body of work, which that album really was. So that's it's been amazing to just tour it and milk it for all it's worth.
It must be great to see that cut through though. Like, as you say, when people know the singles, you're like, we pushed that a lot. But, album cuts, it's like, oh wow, you really did sit with this, and it must be nice meeting really big fans.
100%. And I don't know if you would agree, but I think some of my favorite songs on the album weren't actually singles necessarily. I think that a lot of emotion went into some of those other tracks. I think Saving All Your Kindness is probably the best example of that. So it's super rewarding just to hear that from people.
And I guess as well, it's something that's really personal for you guys, and then putting that out there to people and then finding their own meaning behind it as well must be quite. Does it still feel quite surreal when you're out and seeing that basically?
Yeah, I never quite know what to make of it when someone sort of has that conversation with me, because like, although we wrote it and we, you know, it's our song, it's also their song, you know, so like they have their own meaning to it and everything, and so I kind of let them talk about it rather than say what it actually means to me. Yeah. Also, I still get really like emotional when people sing along and stuff, and it's quite hard.
Yeah. You're just like, this is yours now.
Yeah.
This is yours. I can't go anymore.
Yeah.
And I guess with like new material as well, like you mentioned, kind of like writing and like looking ahead to what's like next. Like, do you kind of have that kind of clear pathway in mind, like of like where you kind of like take this, like in terms of everything?
We're still exploring that very much. We've got some songs we've been demoing, we've been writing for like the last few months, and been in Lewis's studio and stuff in Wimbledon, which has been really fun. I think we're still sort of figuring it out, but we're getting closer.
Yeah, it was tough. Like, I think obviously I don't know if you mentioned it, but like we let that old guitarist left, so we got a new guy in, and that's not like an easy sort of transition to make when it comes to songwriting.
Yeah, of course.
But like Lewis has come in, and he's like a great producer in his own right, and I think we were just sort of taking. He's an alright guitarist.
Alright guitarist.
Well, no, annoyingly, he also happens to be the best guitarist and, even worse, the best drummer that I know.
You don't
and
need
I'm
that.
the bloody
You
drummer. So
you don't need that. You don't need that.
No, I know. Honestly, the more he's in the band, the more I think it was a
busy
mistake.
producing, so he doesn't get any.
Yeah.
This
That's
is
what we're doing.
pressure. Yeah, you're like, well,
There's so much to do here. You couldn't possibly. Bleach Lab in 10 years would just be him coming on with like the full one-man band.
I wouldn't be surprised.
So yeah, but we're just like trying to figure out. We didn't want to make him write Bleach Lab music. We wanted to sort of let him come in and then see what happened. And we went a route, and then we kind of brought it back a little bit. And now I think we're starting to finally get what is a vision for a new album, which is very exciting. But
Nice.
Lots of work still to be done.
Yeah, I was about to say, it must be exciting, kind of like having almost like a fresh pair of eyes, almost like someone who like kind of like you say, it's just coming in completely new as well. Like that must be quite a nice thing to do in the creative
100%.
process.
Yeah. So
yeah, it's going to be good. Well, we look forward to that. We look forward to your set shortly.
We look forward to hearing whether you want to spend a day with some clowns. We can play a game now. It's basically Dork's Day Out. We're going to ask you 2 days out, and you just pick which one you'd rather do and tell us why.
Do we have to agree between us, or
You
can we
do
disagree?
not, but if you could keep any sort of disagreements kind of amiable, that would be
Right,
nice.
cool.
I don't know
If you're gonna
about
start
Don't want to break up a
fighting, let us
band
know.
pre-set.
Yeah. Ideally, you make it there.
I feel very strongly about it, though.
Jamie, do you want to kick us off?
Yeah, sure thing. Would you rather go on a day out to a life drawing retreat or the World Bowling Championship? And by bowling, we mean 10-pin bowling.
Well,
I was not expecting either of those things.
I've seen a video of like a bowling championship that's doing the rounds online, and it's one of the best.
Sensational, by the way.
It's one of the best things I've ever seen, and I would say life drawing because for me, I mean, like I'm a bit more towards the old creative style, you know. But
it's
this
not creative
video,
to smash.
well, this
10
video
pins.
speaks volumes to the creativity, because I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's this man. He's very, very serious, and it's a proper championship, I believe. And he sort of he throws it down the alley with such gusto, and then he comes back and he shouts at the top of his voice, "Who do you think you are? I am." And it's the best thing I've seen in a long time. So
you've seen like a highlight, and you're like, do you know what?
You could
that
be
does
there in
look good.
person for the next viral bowling.
I know,
moment.
exactly. So now I'm confused.
I wasn't sold on the life drawing, and after your description
Yeah.
of what I could
Double
expect at the
sold,
bowling
yeah.
championships, it has to be that. Bowling, 100%.
I could.
After that, you know,
You can't go back.
I love a bit of life drawing. I really do. I'm not very good at drawing though, so I think maybe as a bowling.
As a
I don't know,
bowling
what's
championship
it called
aficionado.
when you watch something?
Spectator.
Spectator.
Yeah.
I could do that.
You're in now.
I can spectate.
I think we can agree on that.
It's
I
the
think
bowling
spectating
championship.
bowling, fine. Spectating life drawing is a bit.
That's a bit weird.
Yeah, I'm just here to watch.
Would you like an easy? No, I'm good actually. I'm absolutely fine.
I paint a picture in my mind.
Yeah. It's like, no, I don't paint at all. I'm here to watch. A strong for the World Bowling Championship. I didn't see that coming.
No, we've only got time for one more. So, would
Go.
you rather spend a day at a castle full of clowns or a National Trust property full of mimes?
Oh,
Mimes are not for me.
The clowns are not for me. Oh, this is gonna be tricky.
What is it about?
National Trust. I mean, National Trust properties are quite vast, so I could.
Castle's pretty vast too.
Depends which castle.
It depends what sort of room.
If
But
you've
we
been to
have
Oxford
the
Castle,
full of, so I don't think there's going to be a room in this property that doesn't have a man making a little invisible box in the
so
corner.
it's everywhere.
Full of is so extreme.
I'll do the
isn't
National
it?
Trust property myself.
Quieter,
With
at
the
least.
mimes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree. Mimes, 100%.
Take the mimes.
Far
Yeah.
better than clowns, yeah.
Yeah,
I think
no
mimes
silence.
are probably creepier but easier to ignore.
And they're
Clowns are up in your face.
Yeah.
Clowns want you to be involved.
Yeah.
Mimes,
Yeah.
they're just pretending to eat a banana.
You'll go and shake one of their hands, and you'll be like, just like a rainbow of like straws coming out of
Yeah,
it, and you're just
no.
like, don't eat that.
I can't
Is
do
that
the
a
day of
normal
that.
clown?
That's a
mimes?
clown trick. Yeah. That's a clown trick.
It is.
Clowns would be more alarming, is what I would say. So
Yes.
like the mimes can be a little
I
bit
could
more
find
possible.
more peace at mimes.
You could learn to live.
I
with the
could
mimes.
in harmony.
Just in the corner, just like, let me have my peace, mimes. Let me have my peace.
They're pretty peaceful.
They're peaceful. Well, with that in mind, look forward to the set shortly in a bit.
Thank
A
you.
pleasure, as always, Bleach Lab to chat. Right now, we're going to play. Well, actually, what song would you like to play?
One of yours.
Oh,
Yeah.
You could be.
oh, one of ours.
it's like
Oh.
time.
Yeah. I mean, you could choose another one.
I feel like,
too disappointed.
I feel like
Jesus.
everyone involved, aside from you two, would be quite annoyed if you suddenly just went, yeah, a bit of Elton John would be good.
Candle in the wind.
Randy, what's his name?
Randy Newman.
Randy.
I don't know.
You should probably do an album one, like
Yes.
everything at once, I would say, maybe.
Yeah.
Probably, yes.
Everything at once. Amazing. Right, here it is. Bleach Lab. Pleasure.
Seems to stress me out. I've been up for so long, 'cause I'd rather feel nothing than everything at once. I was searching for a home, but I was looking in the wrong place all along. How could I ever be so wrong? How could I ever be so wrong?
Oh, we are back. Dork's Day Out. Here we are with the one and only Nell Mescal. Nell, how are we doing?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Nell, you've literally just arrived.
Literally.
And the first thing you've come into is
Yeah, we got told
so
you had just
weird.
arrived, and I was like, okay, if she's fine with doing it, I don't want to be like getting out of the car, like lock it up, and they're like, right, upstairs. You got to talk
You all right? How you doing? Yeah, nice to meet you here.
No, I'm excited.
Nice. How are we doing? How has the summer been
Good.
so far?
It's been fun. It's been really hot. I've been writing a lot in my room in very, very hot conditions. But no, it's been amazing. It's been fun.
Is this the like usual conditions to write in? You're like, let me just try and like make it as hot as possible.
Yeah,
and
it's just
then-
horrible. Do you know what I mean? And then you write
Not
even
fun.
you think you're gonna write some upbeat bangers when it's hot, but you just end up actually writing the
You're
saddest
so
stuff
like
ever.
lethargic and
Yeah.
just like,
I'm also Irish. I can't cope with the
Yeah,
weather.
yeah. This is
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, it's really bad. Yeah,
yeah.
horrible.
My
How's-
girlfriend's
so-
Irish, and it makes me feel basically Italian.
Yeah.
It's like 19 degrees. She's like, oh my god. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm still wearing jeans.
Yeah.
Get the fans on, like get it covered. The last time we chatted was at the 100 Club.
Yeah.
How was that for you?
That was
How
so
night?
fun. I loved it so much. It's still kind of crazy to me when like I see one person that knows any words to the songs, and that was like a night where a few people knew a few words to a few of the songs. And I was
Few
like, oh
people
my
knew some.
God.
I mean, as we said when we spoke to you, like I got there very much before doors, and there was quite a sizable queue already. So
Very
I'm glad
cute.
they knew the words. Otherwise,
Yeah, it'd be quite
would have been
intense.
queuing for the wrong
otherwise, right?
place. I think.
Yeah.
No, it was really fun. I loved it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was amazing. And like, I guess like that all comes with obviously the EP being out and everything like that. Like, it's been a little bit of time obviously since it's been released. Have you been able to like, I guess almost like reflect on it a little bit and everything that's come with it? Like, have you been able to do that basically?
Yeah, it's been so nice. I think I've just been kind of like, I don't know, listening back to it and like remembering every choice we made and like being really fulfilled with it. Like, I think that it's nice, especially when music moves so quick nowadays and like you write a song and people are like, put it out. And so the fact that it's been a few months now and I don't hate it yet. I'm like, okay, that's good. That's nice.
The bar is real high.
What's the cut-off point where you think like, I'm allowed to hate it now? Like, you said a few months and you don't hate it. Like,
I don't know. I think like once I've grown up a bit more, I mean, like, I guess in like a year maybe, or in like 2 years, if I'm like, holy shit, why did I write that? Why did I say that? But I don't know. I think it's nice to kind of feel so secure in something that I made, and it's my first project, so it feels quite nice and affirming to know that feels settled.
Yeah. Like I say, even when it's like out there and like people are listening, you're just like still very much like, this was exactly what I needed to do. This is exactly what it's about.
And everyone's been so nice about it, and people have been able to relate, and that's kind of the main thing. So yeah, I'm pretty happy.
It's been nice, and I guess like playing that live as well has been amazing.
Yeah.
Supporting Shania Twain, was that right?
Let's go, girls.
Let's just how was that, Dave?
Yeah, that was crazy. That was insane.
Did you meet Shania?
I didn't. I know, boo. But it was amazing. She was amazing, and it was like one of those things that I feel like so far, whenever I've gotten to support someone, it's been very pinch me. Like, it's been very full circle of like, I can't believe I'm doing this because I grew up being the biggest fan ever. So it was another one of those moments that felt like very bucket list and amazing. So
I think there's a few of those where it's like, even if in like 30 years I'm not doing anything to do with music, I can always say I supported Shania.
I was there.
That's a huge, like, that's never not going to be great to be able to say to people.
Yeah, it's amazing. So cool.
In my mind, I'm like, you can whack that out at like a pub. Just be there. It's like, don't know if you know, but
think, you know, like if you start a job and they're like, oh, just tell everyone a fun fact about yourself or something like that. Normally you're like, God, I'm so boring. You're there like, yeah, I support Shania Twain once.
Got that in the bank.
No,
and then it just cuts to someone else. They're like, oh, I can juggle.
I can juggle.
To be honest, I wish I could juggle.
I can juggle. Like, this is a thing, right?
Prove it.
Doesn't believe.
For 7 years.
Yeah.
And you've not once juggled in front of him.
He claims the whole time. He claims the whole time he can juggle. He can't juggle. Of course he can't juggle. He's not convincing anyone.
I can
I once asked if he could ride a bike and he said not well. How's he juggling?
I can't ride a bike well. I'll be
It's
honest.
actually a roast.
Yeah, how's it going today? Yeah, it's really good. It's like, how's life doing, guys? Yeah, really good, thanks. But nice, and it must be amazing as well. Like, after you obviously play at Shania, did you have a big night?
Yeah, it was so fun. Yeah, it was amazing. Because I went to Glastonbury and I saw half of her set, and then I said, I can't watch this all because I need to save it for when I see her at BST, because I was like, it has to be a very big moment. And so
just turn around and put your fingers in your ears.
no, I was like, stopped by, saw some of the set, and it was amazing. And then I was like, I just can't wait. And it was even better than I.
You watch the camera pan as "Man, I Feel Like a Woman" starts, like dun, 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 and all you can see is Nell just like no, shut up, I need to save this. Moment. Amazing.
But yeah, I mean, that lineup must have been incredible vibe to play. Like, the people that lineup would have attracted. I bet that crowd was so great.
It was so cool, and like I had supported Kate before, and Kate was on the same stage as me, and that's like amazing. And today, like, today I'm playing on the same bill as Phoebe Green, and I supported her before. So like, it's stuff like that. It's when you're playing with your friends, it like makes it so much cooler, and you see all your friends in the audience. So it was a really, really fun day.
Yeah, so like, oh, you're there.
Yeah,
hey.
It's amazing. It's so cool.
Amazing. And like for you, I guess as well, like now that you've kind of like obviously put this out and kind of like put the EP out and kind of like you say, like playing live and doing all that sort of stuff, are you already like, right, here's what comes next, here's where like the next kind of like thing for me like goes as well? And I guess like, are you kind of like discovering almost new things about yourself as you're playing live and like as these songs are kind of like out with people as well?
Yeah, definitely. I think like the past few years and like the past few weeks and days, like I feel like I am changing at all times, and so it's been such a nice few months to just be able to like really go back to a drawing board and be like, what do I want to say and how do I want to say it, and who are the people that I want to bring around me for that? And so it's been really fun. I went to the States and I was doing a lot of writing out there, and it's just been a really, really fun time of just figuring stuff out and trying to build this new direction that I want to go in. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been really exciting.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, we're looking forward to that. We're looking forward to the set.
Yeah,
shortly.
excited.
It's going to be very good fun indeed. But before that,
yes,
we need to ask some serious questions.
This is what I came here for.
And
I do want to flag, before we started recording, one of the first things you said was, you're not going to ask me to fight people.
That's true.
And we're not technically.
We've sworn off violence.
Yeah. We've gone more for holidays, isn't that right, Jake?
Do you want me to explain the game?
Absolutely.
Great.
Do I win a holiday
one
at
out
the
of
end?
7.
I did one though. I did one.
So we're going to ask you, because we're at Dork's Day Out, we're going to ask you 2 hypothetical day outs that we unfortunately do not have to award you. And you pick which one you would rather do.
Amazing. And I don't win anything at the
You
end.
don't win anything.
Okay, great.
And you
That's great. That's great.
Some listeners or you may see this as a very similar game to the one you did before, but it is very different.
Okay.
I would say. Technically, it's completely unidentifiable with that other
amazing.
game. Would you rather go to the Olympics opening ceremony or the Eurovision Song Contest?
Olympics.
Wow,
not even a pause.
No,
What's your
Olympics.
thinking? What's your thinking for that?
Olympics, I think that. Well, I'm in Olympics mode right now, where every day that's all I'm watching.
Olympics
and to be
Ultra.
fair, I grew up. I remember my first Eurovision experience. It was my first Holy Communion. And everyone was just hammered and just kept giving me money because the Eurovision was on. And so I kept getting a $5 off my aunt's friend. And I was like, this is amazing. So of course I love the Eurovision. But no, now it's the Olympics and I'm all about it. So
any particular highlights of the Olympics so far?
Daniel Whiffen, Ireland coming first, 800 meters.
Bam.
And he's in the final tomorrow at 5:30.
Bam. If you're listening back to this,
this is coming out. We're going to know how that goes.
Can we put a spoiler in?
He's probably going to come
That's
first.
exactly what happens in that sort of running race. Amazing. A very strong Olympics Day segment. How about a dinner cooked by us two?
Okay.
Or
the other option.
Right, move on. Next one.
Because I like cooking. I just get lumped in with.
I'm
this
sorry, that's outrageous behaviour.
We will not go through his meals again because we have done it several times with other guests.
I had a flair. That's all I'm saying.
Flair.
The other choice is a dinner cooked by the Stranger Things kids.
Oh yeah, duh. I would love that.
Wow.
Do you know how much of a fan I am of Stranger Things? I'm the biggest fan.
Bigger fan than you are.
Bigger fan than us. Yeah. Also, fair enough.
I am such a huge fan.
Undeniably. What do you think they'd cook you?
I don't know. I was going to make a Stranger Things joke and be waffles
Pineapple
or
upside down.
waffles.
Yeah, okay.
I have had hours to think of that one.
Yeah.
Since someone mentioned the
no,
waffles
I don't
last
know.
time.
We'd probably just have I don't know, a lovely meal. I don't know.
Just have
surprise.
a lovely time.
Yeah, if you're listening,
meal.
just surprise me. It's fine.
Yeah, Finn Wolfhard, if you're listening.
No, literally. He was my screensaver for 3 years.
Well, he's not going to cook you dinner now, is he?
Well, he could.
He might.
If he's listening.
Yeah, he might. Exactly. Yeah, Finn, if you're
Dork's
listening.
podcast.
Right.
You're listening.
We have proof here.
Yeah.
Jake.
A pottery painting workshop with Bjork or a comedy class with Louis Theroux. Your eyes lit up there.
I know.
Once again, I must remind you, these aren't actually going to happen.
I'm so sorry.
Do you know what? You couldn't pass up the opportunity to do pottery class with Bjork. Do you know what I mean? I would love to do that.
Yeah.
That would be crazy. What would she make? She wouldn't even do the class. She'd just kind of be weird.
Yeah,
and,
just make stuff.
Yeah.
You'd be
That felt like she was just.
You're really bad at it. You never know.
No, you can't pass that down.
You can't.
Pot. You know those ones?
Was the other one a comedy class?
With Louis Theroux, yeah.
A comedy claess? Do people do that?
I believe they do.
Wow.
Stand-up lessons.
Interesting.
Presumably, I don't want to. I'm not actually going to say what I was going to say.
How was your first
everyone
comedy
that doesn't
class?
come to class.
Start. Yeah, exactly.
Maybe it's a very accepted method of getting into stand-up
You've been
comedy.
to a few.
Yeah.
And they've not helped me.
Yeah. Look at us. Here we are.
You should have seen me before.
It was a shambles. A very fair one for Bjork. How about a Taylor Swift concert where she only covers Bob Dylan songs, or a Charlie XCX concert where she duets with your parents?
Obviously, Charlie XCX. Can you imagine my parents singing Von Dutch?
I can't imagine your parents. Really. I can try. I can imagine parents doing it.
My mum 1000% wants to do the apple dance.
Yeah, right.
And she kind of needs to do the apple dance.
Are you holding off, or are you when are we going to do this?
Well, this is the thing is I know that she wants to do it, and sometimes she often FaceTimes me when there's a new dance on TikTok, and she shows me that she's learned how to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm always horrified. And so this time, though, I think it's going to be like a bonding thing, and I'm going to do it with her. So.
It's going to.
Feels like one of those horror movies, like when the call's coming from inside out. So it's like your mum wants to FaceTime, you're like, it's going to be another TikTok dance.
Yeah, genuinely. It's
and then just appears in the background going, the apple dance. Yeah.
It's happened quite a few times, but Yeah. So I would like that option.
A full concert.
Sounds like they're
Yeah, that'd be
prepped and ready to
amazing.
go.
a full concert.
That'd be so good.
You're just like, they're like, can we do
Charlie,
that?
Is
please.
your dad a fan or just your mum?
Just my mum, but my dad could get on board.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a few, a few like meetings basically, and it will happen basically. Yeah.
So
I'll
that
have my
makes
people.
none of it, I guess, a big Taylor, Bob Dylan.
Yeah,
crossover.
I am
no
a
one-
huge Taylor fan. I'm a huge Bob Dylan fan, but how
the other
funny would it be
option-
with my mum doing the Apple dance to like Charlie XCX fans?
If it
Maybe
was,
we could, if Bob Dylan releases any more music, maybe we get a TikTok dance going for him, and your mum could learn that.
Perfect.
yeah,
I'm sure he'd be into it.
Yeah.
Bob, if you're listening,
I know you are.
Bob, I've got a great
I know you wanna know
7-minute
who we
I
fight.
contain multitudes
I
dance
know you
we
want to know
could
who
do.
juggles here. I know you've been paying attention.
No one knows what he's like. Maybe he does just listen to podcasts.
yeah, it's true. Yeah,
Who
no
knows?
one knows. To be fair,
I think that's all we've got
I
time
think
for.
unfortunately that is all that
On
we've
that
got time
beautiful
for.
image.
Wow.
On that beautiful image. Nell, looking forward to the set later.
Thank you. I'm excited.
A pleasure as always. Which song would you like us to play of yours?
Ooh, Killing Time.
Bam, Killing Time.
that
It
all
is.
you
Did I
see
say
this
that
as?
last time?
I
think
don't know.
you might have.
You'll have to
Well-
listen back to find out, guys.
Bob Dylan.
That counts as 2 plays on the
Bob
podcast.
Dylan's
Yeah, Bob, please drop us an email.
He's
I'm
like,
sure
she
you'll
played
know.
Electric Picnic last time.
Thanks, Bob. This is July. Thank you, Nell. As always, a pleasure.
Did I give it up before we'd had enough? Tell me now that you're sorry. Did I give it up before we had enough? Tell me now that you miss me. Do I still cross your mind? Were you just killing time? Spent the summer in a one-bed. June went slow, got in my head.
We're back with our headliner, which
Yes.
is the first interview of the day that we're doing.
Yes, the way that this entire show is going to come out, this will be the last interview you hear. But right now, this is the first. So this is why we're so jolly and so merry, and I've got so much energy. But we're here with the one and only Gretel. How are we doing?
I'm good. I'm excited.
Doing great.
How are you?
Do you know what? Feeling good. We are in a very hot room, as I'm sure that we will repeat throughout the day as we talk
We've
to
got
everyone else.
7 interviews, so hear that 7 times.
Yeah. You'll
I
hear
check
that
the
a lot.
forecast, not getting any cooler until about 1 in the morning.
Okay,
So
You guys have got to stay hydrated.
That's
You've
the
got to
problem.
do it.
Jamie's
Yeah.
drinking a coffee, and I haven't seen him have anything else in the 2 hours I've been
Yeah,
here.
I am having a coffee, which is a terrible decision now that I think about
That's
it.
terrible. I look at people like you in such envy. 'Cause if I did that, I would get a kidney infection within
Right, yeah.
within
With-
24 hours.
Within 24 hours,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. I hate to rub it in your face, but I'm having this coffee
I mean, you've
right
never
now.
confirmed you don't constantly have a kidney infection.
Maybe I just don't reveal. Maybe I'm private like that. I just hold myself in.
Such a private man. Said
how-
neighbours
yeah,
and friends.
How has your day been so far? You've obviously just got here, sound checked, all set. How are we feeling?
Feeling good. Yeah, we just had a sound check. Things were sounding really good. I didn't know what to expect from like the brewery
Yes.
as like a room.
Yeah.
We were kind of like, I wonder what a brewery is going to sound like in sound check. 'Cause some rooms are so reflective and it's just impossible. But it sounded really, really good, I think.
That's good. We've not started
Yeah.
the day out on like a
Impressive considering the huge metal canisters on one side of the room.
Exactly.
the intimidating.
I think we had this last year as well, where I think a lot of people turn up and they're like, "Oh, it's a brewery."
It's an actual.
Because a lot of
brewery.
times you go and it's like a bar that happens, but this is like, "Oh no, it smells like wheat in
Yeah,
here."
yeah.
There
exactly.
is a strong wheatiness.
Mm.
There is like an undertone of like urine. Which is nice.
Wow.
Which is nice,
We
you know.
do.
Yeah. It gets you in the mood. It's like now I know we're here. Now we're
Yeah.
about
The real
and
deal.
I guess like how has the year been? I guess so far for you. Obviously putting Far Out into the world and kind of I guess starting this next chapter. Is that a fair way of kind of like putting it for you? Like how's that been kind of getting that out there?
Yeah, it's really, really exciting. I feel like so I've got one bit of new music out and there's like a lot more on the way.
Yeah.
And I'm not rushing it. I'm making sure like each step forward, like I'm placing my foot down and I'm thinking about it.
Yes.
But I'm having fun with it as well.
Yeah.
You know, the music videos are really fun. And yeah, it's just nice to kind of do something and actually have fun with it. Like the reason that you do music is because it's enjoyable, and it's easy to forget that. And I have forgotten that in the past.
Yeah.
And just slowing down and going like, no, there's a reason that I do music, and it's that I love it.
Yeah, rather than like rushing
it's not
through.
torture.
Yeah.
And that one day you're going to be headlining Wembley earning loads of money, right?
Yeah, hopefully.
Those are the two.
Hopefully.
The enjoyment and the promise of riches.
Of course.
The enjoyment and rich lucre.
That's why we do this.
That's as you can see.
I'm going to pivot to a sort of Joe Rogan thing when I'm 40.
Yeah, right, great. Yeah, can't wait for that. Remind me when you do that, because I'll go down the road.
I'll unsubscribe.
Yeah.
That's fair. I think,
Yeah, that's very fair.
That's very, very fair.
For now, though, do. So, that'd be
more importantly, it's been a hell of a year because I think the last time we spoke to you, did we speak then? You headlined our hype list.
Yes, 100 Club. Yes, that
was really fun.
That would have been the last time. Yeah,
Loved that
feels
show.
so long ago.
Yeah, it was January. Yeah, and it feels like an age ago.
I'm literally what I was saying. It was like, was that this year?
It was. It was this year. Yeah. And I guess like that kind of like obviously like started the year very much. And again, for you, I guess like you say, kind of like laying those kind of like groundworks for everything else to come as well as like I guess like obviously that's kind of like been your year really so far. Like
I mean, in January I didn't know what music I even had.
Yeah.
And I was still kind of pacing myself and figuring it out. And now it's kind of like I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm starting to get into it. So January was like, that was a really lovely show for me to just kind of take it easy, play the stuff that I already had out, do that little cover. That was really fun.
Yeah.
Did that Zombie by the Cranberries.
Yeah.
And literally the crowd was louder than me. I had my in-ears in. And I was like, okay, so you guys don't like Drive then?
Yeah.
Like, what about my music?
So sure, I'll just do the Cranberries for the rest of it, shall I? Yeah.
Doomed.
Thanks. Yeah.
This is how dads end up in cover bands, you know. They play one cover and realise, you know, although I think you've probably got slightly more promise than most dad bands, so you're probably okay.
Put that on the poster, yeah.
But it must be nice now playing a show 7 or 8 months later and feeling like, as you say, like you're in a completely different place musically and knowing a lot more what you want to do.
I think I'm not actually in a different place like musically. I just think I know what that place is now. I think I didn't know where I was and that was fine, but I think I was floundering around a little bit. And now I kind of just feel a lot more sure of myself as an artist. I feel a lot more confident, and I've got oh my god, Sabrina Carpenter in the background.
I just want to say
I've got to
Espresso
pause
is
my
blaring on the speakers.
I wonder if that's audible.
Yeah. I wonder if that's hold out the window.
Our producer's
Give
gonna
Sabrina
hate
the
us.
mic.
Yeah, the window's open. There was music, and I've got a fan pointing at my face.
Yeah.
We're trying to
enjoy.
I love this. Like, I'm just getting really like. I think I know where I am with music. Sabrina Carpenter is playing. Everybody.
More importantly,
Amazing.
Shut myself up with that. No, but I do. I just kind of feel a lot happier and a lot more confident, and I really believe in the music that I have out and the music that's coming, which is a surprisingly unusual thing for an artist. Like usually a lot of us hate the music that's out. We put something out and we're like,
you're like, I'm sick of
fuck
this.
that. Like, can't believe anyone listens to it. And the fans are kind of like, what do you mean you don't want to play Creep? Come on, Radiohead. And they're like, nah, man, it's shit. But no, I genuinely like everything that I've got out, and I stand behind it, and it's nice to kind of see my progression. And then the music that's unreleased that I'm so excited about, I can really hear how I've kind of grown as a person, as a vocalist as well, as a producer as well. You know, like, it's super exciting.
Nice. And I guess like Far Out is that a fair, I guess, indicator of the kind of, I guess, music to come as well? Or is that very much just one? No, completely not. No.
It's kind of, I wouldn't say it's like a red herring. It's not. Is it heron or herring?
Herring.
Is it herring?
I don't think it's a red herring. Wait, I think it is a red herring. It kind of is and it isn't. It's like sonically, it's quite like tongue in cheek. It's got like those beeps. It's like witty, and it's not that it takes the piss out of itself.
Yeah.
But it's like an anti-pop song.
Nice.
But also very sincerely like, no, we just like the way this sounds. Like we just enjoyed making that one. But it's definitely I don't know. It's definitely like one of the more out there ones. I think the other stuff isn't quite as electronic, or like the hooks aren't quite as electronic.
Yeah,
like it's still more guitar based as a project.
Nice.
But obviously Muramasa does like all of my production.
Yeah.
The electronic shit leaks right
You can't help it.
in.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite things
half
as
an hour
well.
later, you're like, oh.
Yeah. I'm like, live drums, and he's like, yeah, we'll do live drums, and then he continues to like record the live drums and then sample the live drums and turn them like, and then he reprograms it using the live drum sound. And I'm like, why did we do that in the first place?
Yeah, if you go out for lunch and you come back, you're like, well, what the hell's happened while I've been away? Like, we have to both go out for lunch at the same time. Like, don't leave it here.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing. Well, really looking forward to everything else to come. Looking forward to the show later tonight. Because this is obviously Down With Boring and we're here at Dork's Day Out, we're going to play a little bit of a game.
I love games.
Well, you are in luck. Jake, do you want to give us a little overview of the game?
This is so nice because basically we've been running this show for like 4 years now, and the game is basically the same. But we have to give a different preamble that kind of fits it into something before. And this is one of the few ones where it's like, it's called Dork's Day Out. We can just make it a day out.
Yeah,
so we're going to get you to pick between two
nice.
big days out, basically.
Yeah.
We're going to give you two options and you just pick which one you'd rather do and why. Sound
Sweet.
good?
Yeah.
So would you rather go to the Olympics opening ceremony or to Eurovision?
Choices.
Do you know what? I've never. Can I swear?
Yeah. Oh, swear away.
I've never really fucked with the Olympic opening ceremony. I remember when there was like, what was his name? The guy, Mr. Bean. He did. Do you remember
Rowan
when
Atkinson.
Rowan Atkinson. He did that like really long held note. That's the only time I've watched the opening ceremony.
That's the memory of the Olympics
That's
opening
the
ceremony.
cool memory.
There's something quite beautiful about someone from like Shanghai tuning in to the British Olympics. Like, I wonder what British culture is, and it's just a weird looking man they've never heard of being bad at guitar.
I think they did the right thing. It's so dry, and and probably other countries were like, don't know what the fuck that was
well,
about,
I mean, the
but
Paris
it's so
one was pretty
British.
weird as well, wasn't it? They're all weird.
I didn't watch it.
No.
So,
I watched
for
clips.
that reason.
This is the
This
most
is it. We're
2024
all
thing ever.
watching.
I didn't. It was too long, so I just watched clips on Instagram. Basically,
Watched highlights.
TikToks of the opening ceremony. I think I'd probably go for Eurovision. I've also never watched Eurovision.
So it might be something new at the very least.
Both of them are something new. I feel like Eurovision. I don't know.
Yeah, it might be a laugh. Yeah,
I feel like I'd actually like it if I sat down and got into it.
Yeah, whereas Olympics is not sounding like it's your kind of thing to watch a country backflip around a stadium for 2 hours.
No, maybe not actually.
I don't know. Both of them are pretty like not patriotic, but they're pretty like
You got to be hard for it
gotta
as well.
be like,
yeah.
I love my nation.
Yeah, I
Exactly
think
like
Eurovision's
that
got more of a sense of camp about it, hasn't it? You're like,
yeah,
I love my
actually,
nation at the
for
moment.
that reason alone,
Yeah,
Eurovision.
Olympics is a little bit like, God save this proud nation.
You've made a really good
Also,
point
at the
there.
ceremony, you have to do the big everyone walks in and walks around, and that takes
They
ages.
do that at Eurovision?
I don't think they do that at Eurovision. No,
Lordy walking around.
No, they don't. They don't do the big walk around at Eurovision. I'm afraid. So
That's a shame.
because of that reason alone.
Boring.
Exactly. Eurovision is. How about the biggest Tesco in the UK or the biggest Pets at Home in the UK?
Biggest Tesco.
Biggest Tesco, straight up.
Yeah.
What's
Do
your
pets
reason?
at home have animals, or
Yeah,
is
they
it
got
just
guinea pigs.
They have
mice.
guinea pigs,
Oh,
hamsters.
I was like, I don't want to like walk around and look at cat litter for ages.
I don't want to say Jamie put this together at short notice, but he can see your pets at home from his window.
Yeah, I can see a Pets at Home from my window where I live. So I'm
Is
saying
it one of the bigger ones, or
it's quite large. Yeah,
It's big enough that if you were hungover and you needed some serotonin, you can go in and look at some guinea pigs.
and I have done that, and it is great.
do you know what? I'm actually going to change my answer to pets at home just because I'm now finding out that there's animals there.
Yes, there are animals and fish as well. If you
Fish are
someone,
animals.
yeah. If
Fish
you're a
are
fan
fine.
of fish,
Plants.
I don't know. Some people might not be. Is a fish really that great? I don't know.
I mean, they're fine.
They're fine.
They're fine.
Well, they're like a little bone, a little dessert, aren't they? Like you've seen all the fluffy animals, then you're like, I've got 10 minutes. I'll go look at the fish.
Little bone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although the thing is, you can't really touch the animals, can you? Kind of look at them, and they're in their cages, like, please buy me.
Well, the
They
guinea
think
pigs
maybe
and the rabbits, you kind of look over. So
Yeah,
if you
they've
got
got
long
quite
enough
big.
arms, you could probably. I think they'd frown on it, to be honest. Not
Do
the
you know
animals,
what? I'm
the
changing my
employees.
answer again.
Oh, we're back.
Because Tesco, I love a big a big Tesco, like a big Sainsbury's.
Yes.
One of the highlights of my week is like going to Sainsbury's local in Chiswick, and
Shout out.
not Sainsbury's local, sorry, the big Sainsbury's.
Big Sainsbury's, not local.
The local big Sainsbury's.
There we go. Yeah.
Found out it has rats though.
Oh.
Well, there you go. It's like Pets at Home.
Yeah.
And no one would mind if you know,
it's just
that's pretty on brand for me, actually.
Or you go to the big Sainsbury's and you're just like, yeah, don't mind me. I'm just here with the rats. It's all good. Yeah.
It's not my fault there's no Pets at Home.
Hunched over in the corner.
Yeah.
That is on brand, actually.
Desperately
the lady will just come like, can we just get like a shot of you, like with the rats?
In the cheese aisle.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to help the brand sponsorship with Sainsbury's, but it might not. But it'll do that. But
help me though.
A good shout. Well, big Tesco / Sainsbury's.
Yeah.
A clear winner there.
We've got time for a couple more, I think. Would you rather go to a Taylor Swift concert where she only covers Bob Dylan songs, or a Charlie XCX concert where she duets with your parents for the entire show?
Ooh.
That's so easy. Charlie XCX where she duets with my parents. I wonder if they'd know the same music.
Yeah, I wonder if Charlie is doing their songs, whether they have to really quickly learn the entire
Is it your
also,
parents
she's
doing like
heavy
vroom, vroom?
auto-tune on everything. So her like singing like Nick Cave with heavy auto-tune, because that's what I grew up on. Like my parents were like Nick Drake, Nick Cave, all the Nicks.
All the Nicks. Yeah. Nick Knowles.
Like my dad was like super into like folk music and like psychedelic rock music. And then my mum's like goth 80s.
Maybe they could do like a split set, half Charlie, half your parents' music.
No, I need them together.
Yeah.
No, I mean they do both together, but you know, like
the set list is half and half. Is what you're trying to say.
Probably Charlie last if you want the.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could your parents?
That was so easy, Charlie XCX.
Do you mean you have to watch your parents do like the apple dance, like that thing on?
My dad would kill it.
Really? Oh, big.
He's got.
Wasn't
the
sure
hips.
where that was going.
He's got the hips.
Yeah. My mum's got the hips for it, actually. I'm hoping that I have her figure when I'm her age.
And
she's
can
popping.
Duet with Charlie XCX.
That as well.
Together in one. An incredible.
Sure.
That concert coming soon, I'm sure.
Fingers crossed.
At some point or another. We've probably got time for one more. So how about... So the beach, but it's freezing cold. Or to Lapland to see Santa, but it's boiling hot.
Freezing cold beach.
Freezing cold beach.
Yeah.
There's something quite peaceful.
Yeah, whenever I'm
Desolate.
writing, I'm like, if I go away for writing, I always ask that it's close to like I say this literally a body of water. Nice. Like we must have. It's true, isn't it?
Yeah. We're getting nods in the room. We're getting nods in the room.
I think that's too ambiguous. You could be like by a drainage ditch or something. Like you need to be
There's
more
like a
specific.
certain
I think.
square meterage that
it
makes
needs to be.
Body.
It can't be like a puddle.
Yeah,
that's what we're trying to say.
No.
Yeah.
But there's like, I was talking to someone about this the other day. There's something about like standing on a beach. Like, especially as someone that lives in London, where you could walk for hours and hours and hours, and it's just more buildings.
Yeah.
And that's kind of unnatural and a little suffocating. I'm used to it. I grew up in London. But there's something nice about this is so weird. But being on a beach and knowing like, and it ends here. Like this is the end.
Yeah. I get what you mean. Yeah. Just like that's it. I can go no further.
I can go and like it stops there and like no more buildings, no more people. So whenever I'm writing, I ask to, and I'm going away for writing, I ask to be basically like probably somewhere coastal.
Nice.
Because I know it's just for some reason inspiring to know that like the bullshit is behind you, and then if you look forward, there's nothing else there.
Just water, basically. Do you have a favourite coast?
I don't think I know any coasts.
That
what
you could call this bluff
there?
because I'm almost certain Jamie doesn't know any coasts either.
What's your favourite coast?
As a man from Croydon, what's your favourite coast?
The south coast. The south coast. Let's go with the south coast. Yeah.
I really like Brighton.
True. Yes.
But do you know which one I really, really loved was I did some writing in Isle of Wight, which is where I wrote we wrote like Wiggy, Drive and Easy Peeler within like 2 or 3 days. Which
all in the Isle of Wight.
All in the Isle of Wight within 2 or 3 days because I was next to a body of water.
Well, surrounded by it.
Surrounded.
The ultimate next to.
But that beach was like really, really lovely.
Nice.
Yeah. And like I was in like a little Airbnb and like you could like pull the windows up and I'd like have a cigarette like and it was like right next to like literally the sea was there and I'd just like sit like at the windowsill smoking a cigarette like I'm
like you're in a movie. Yeah.
Oh
it's
my
like
God.
you're in a movie. Yeah.
Like soundtracking it with the AirPods. It was amazing.
Yeah, like 3/4 of the way through the movie where you have to contemplate. You're like,
exactly.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah.
In the Isle of Wight.
And I was pretending that I like lived there.
Yeah.
For
You're
those
this
like
is me
3
now.
days, I was like acting like this was my life.
Solid.
And then I went back to my parents' house.
And London, everyone. And back to London and everything that
Exactly.
changed. Well, shout out the Isle of Wight Tourist Board if you are listening. We know you're fans of the show. We don't know if they're fans of the show. But
It does come up a lot, though.
It does come up a lot with that. Yeah, that's true. Get the sponsorship in.
Yeah.
Ready for it. Looking forward to the show. Thank you very much for being with us,
Same.
Gretel. We're going to play Far Out now.
We are.
Do it.
On the show right now. So playing it
Enjoy.
now.
It's not a lonely mistake, 'cause I have great intention. 4 wheels in a deep blue lake suddenly turns into an ocean. So wave after wave after wave, pulling me to you and waiting on another shore. It's you who
Oh, what a day.
What a day.
What a
It's
day.
been 6 seconds since we did the intro, but for you, it's been over an hour.
I think if like the sound did carry over, you could probably hear that it's the same song that's playing in the background of this. But thankfully, you might not be able to hear
This
that.
feels like a sort of Christopher Nolan film, you know? We've discovered time travel, but only through
Dunkirk?
the medium of podcasting.
Yeah.
I was thinking of Batman Begins.
Ah, of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Same difference.
Yeah.
Same difference.
Ra's al Ghul's podcast.
My favourite. My favourite.
That's everything from us. We'll be back.
I'm going to be honest.
We'll be back in September for our regular shows and probably before then, maybe, I don't know. Depending
If you're
on
at
the
Reading
timing
and
of things.
Leeds.
Oh, yeah, Reading and Leeds.
Come and see us.
God, I've been talking about it all day.
Dork down with Boring Live.
Yeah, we'll be at the Orcs stage.
Yep, that's
doing our
AUX.
very best Liam Gallagher support slot impersonation of Chunks and Philly, who play the same stage on the Friday.
Yep. Same kind of show.
I've always thought of myself as a Chunks
guy.
No, as a Chunks.
Oh, right. Not a Philly guy.
No, one of his like multiverse equivalents.
Oh, multiverse equivalent.
Yeah.
Is that it? Is it? Yeah, if you're at Reading and you're getting really, really up for 21 Savage, come through to the Orc stage. We'll get you right in the mood.
I'm going to do an a cappella cover of a lot.
Great.
So come by for that.
Yeah, come by for that. But otherwise, thanks to everyone.
Jamie's going to be
who's
doing
come down.
the bleeped out words that I can't do.
I will not be doing that. Thanks for coming down, everybody. Dork, stay out.
Thanks for coming down to the podcast.
Yeah. Cheers to everybody we
Cheers.
chatted to. Bye.